Hello, everybody. Welcome to your soul note for the full moon on February 9th. And this occurs in Leo. So as we're opening up to February, what's happening is on the 3rd of February, Mercury is heading into Pisces. Mercury's slowing down this month and will station retrograde at 16 degrees, or rather on the 16th of February. So be aware of that to, tidy up any new initiatives or discussions or contracts. Mercury retrograde, again, retrogrades are very useful for us to slow down. And working in the public sector, I know that we all need to mentally slow down and read and process and integrate and focus. So this Mercury Pisces transit, though, is going to be taking us through the mid-April timeframe. It will retrograde briefly into Aquarius station and then head back into Pisces again. But here in Pisces, this is opening up the conscious mind to the higher conscious, to the subconscious even. It is a prime time for integrating that left and right brain. And as I mentioned in my video back in January, I'm going to continue this theme of deepening compassion, really seeing yourself in other people's shoes beyond ideology and belief systems. And also manifestation. Manifestation is where in meditation and prayer, you are focusing upon the highest good for yourself and others. That which would be fun, lovely, creative to connect with in the source field, in the quantum field. So this is a deepening focus on working with your own mind and in connection with the heart, which has been part of this Venus transit through Pisces. So this can be a ripe time now for stronger intuition and psychic access and clairvoyance and artistic creativity, and going back to build upon ideas and thoughts that you've had. On the 7th of January, Venus leaves Pisces, where she's been seeking to open your heart more and be more compassionate and work more with manifestation. And then she heads into very inspired, proactive Aries on the 7th of February, where she'll be transiting until March 4th. And so this is kind of a very assertive placement of the Aries transit, of the Venus transit. You'll find that people's approach to love and relationship and romance is going to be much more direct and assertive. And there's an appreciation, Venus, for taking initiative, physical activity, sports and play and action-oriented activities. And, this is an independent kind of self-focused placement of Venus. But Aries, again, can be very inspired and in the moment as well, and acting upon impulses of a friendly, loving nature instead of holding on and thinking it through or overthinking it. So Venus Aries is a lover of adventure and making things happen. Now on the 8th of February, again on the 25th through the 27th, and then again March 20th through the 22nd, but I'll say from the 8th until March 22nd, we also have Mercury, because of its retrograde, is going to be holding a trine to that North Node in Cancer. The node is going to be transiting out of Cancer and into Gemini in May, I believe. So, a deepening focus of leaving old patterns of success at any cost, walking over whomever at any cost, or being overly focused on getting things done at the expense of your heart, at the expense of your family, at the expense of emotional nurturing. So Mercury tying that conscious mind into that node in Cancer about community and how we all need community. A lot of people are isolated. There's a lot of loneliness on the planet. Technology has brought such convenience to us, but it has increased a sense of isolation as well. So it's a beautiful time also to focus on that connectivity with siblings, with relatives, with neighbors, neighborhood, friends, in person, getting coffee, talking to each other, being supportive of each other, finding your tribe kind of energy, and not being so disconnected from what your emotional, heartfelt needs are. So that's lovely. And then on the 9th is the full moon in Leo at 20 degrees, and it's making a very flowing connection to Mars, ego, self-confidence, taking action, need for adventure. Mars is still transiting through that Sagittarian energy of knowledge too, and wanting to expand both your perception as well as your life experiences. So this full moon in the very creative sign of Leo, remember, and this is at 20 degrees, which has a relationship feel about it. But the Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun rules our galaxy. The sun is our consciousness. It's the life force. It's the integrating ability. The Mars energy is about being able to act on behalf of the sun. So all of these energies are in line at this full moon on the 9th. Play, children, romance, creativity, sharing, bringing your individual self up to share with friends and with the group. So this is going to be a nice, enhancing, feel-good full moon that we're going to be. January was tough. I call January the heavy, leaden month, where everything felt contracted. A lot of things happened in my life in January. I said goodbye to my mother and my aunt, and my YouTube channel got hacked. I knew that I would have my loving mother and my relative probably going home during this Jan, because I have my own chart. I wasn't planning on the YouTube hack though. So anyway, this month is going to feel lighter and more buoyant for sure. And what's also coming in and online, and this is right before Valentine's Day here in the United States and other countries, from the 13th to the 14th, Venus is squaring that node. Venus in Aries is squaring the node in Cancer. We're getting a lot of nodal activity at the beginning of this year. And that's suggesting, and this is from 7 degrees of Aries to 7 degrees of Cancer. So there's spiritual insight and awareness of how to bring your independent or any separate feeling into community, into a sense of sharing and sharing with others and allowing for other people's individuality and working with your own individuality for the betterment and the enhancement of your community, your family, your children, your friends, whatever you think of as community. The square is about adjustment, right? And taking action. It may be a time where you're not feeling that you can be yourself and feel part of community. And the Mercury trine to that, which is operating through March, is going to help you find ways of thinking about that and resolving that in some capacity. What also comes online, it's on the 14th, it's exact on the 20th. What was so confusing last year was this Jupiter square Neptune. Now we're heading into Jupiter sextiling Neptune. That means there is opportunity here for feeling at one with the world, for feeling grounded and creative. A lot of sensitives and healers on the planet last year were feeling shifts and changes with their service, and it was a bit confusing. And you're going to find, especially those of you who are of service in the world, that there is a grounding and a template that's going to be growing underneath your feet, which will be taking you on your next journey of service. So meditation, music, art, dance, photography, spiritual groups, travel. All of these are an avenue that can offer great peace and tranquility and creativity. You may find that you are trusting your intuition more, or that your intuition is deepening. This is about taking action, though. Sextiles are presenting opportunities, but you have to walk through that door of opportunity. And it is exact on the 20th, the Jupiter sextile Neptune, and this is from 18 degrees of Capricorn to 18 degrees of Pisces. And on the 14th, the moon is in Scorpio, so there's nothing superficial about this Valentine's Day, but it is holding a nice trine to Mercury, the heart and mind in connection and flow from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then it goes on to sextile Jupiter on the 14th from 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time onwards. So we've got nice aspects here for this Valentine's Day of expression and showing. And for all of the single people out there, this is also about you really doubling down on your own self-love and personal value and going deep with that. So much love to all of you, and namaste.